There's a reason the most powerful people in your life never seem to want anything from you. While you're sitting there, heart racing, hoping they'll text back, they're completely unbothered. You think showing someone how much you care will make them value you more. But here's the forbidden truth nobody tells you. The moment you show desire, you hand them a loaded weapon, and they will use it. Not because they're evil, because it's human nature. Right now, you're asking yourself, why do the people who care least get everything? Why does playing hard to get actually work? Why do you lose power the second you admit what you want? How do desperate people always end up being used? And what's the ancient secret that explains all of this? What if I told you there's a 500-year-old playbook that explains exactly why this happens? And more importantly, how to flip it. Remember that time you poured your heart out to someone? Maybe it was Alex, working up courage for months, finally confessing those deep feelings, sending that long message, being completely honest and vulnerable. And suddenly, they're different, distant. The same person who was all over you last week now takes 3 days to text back. Alex didn't just confess feelings. Alex revealed weakness. And in that moment, without knowing it, activated an ancient psychological program that's been running in humans for centuries. A program that one controversial thinker mapped out when everyone else was too afraid to admit it existed. Right now, people are desperately asking, why do I become invisible the moment I show interest? Why does being honest about my needs push people away? How do the cold, distant ones always end up in control? You're about to discover why desire is your biggest weakness and how to turn it into invisible armor. Here's the situation. Every day you're bleeding power through emotional wounds you don't even know you have. Ignore this, and you'll spend your entire life being someone else's puppet. But stick around, and you'll learn the exact framework that makes you psychologically untouchable. You know that feeling when someone suddenly pulls back after you open up to them? That sick drop in your stomach when they don't respond with the same energy? That's not coincidence. That's not bad luck. That's a psychological law as reliable as gravity. 500 years ago, while everyone else was writing fairy tales about true love and noble hearts, one man was documenting the actual rules of human power. His name was Niccolo Machiavelli, and what he discovered was so threatening to social order that his work was banned by the church. They called it the Devil's Handbook. But here's what they didn't want you to know. Machiavelli wasn't creating these rules. He was just brave enough to write them down. You have the right to understand these hidden dynamics. You have the right to protect yourself from manipulation. See, every interaction you have is a power transaction. Every single one. When you show desire, you're not sharing feelings. You're revealing leverage. You're literally telling someone, here's exactly how to control me. Think about the last time someone was obsessed with you. How did it make you feel? Be honest. It made you feel powerful, maybe even a little disgusted. You had all the control because they showed all the cards. But when someone seems completely fine without you, suddenly you're the one checking your phone every 5 minutes. If you've ever felt addicted to someone's validation, you're already living this truth. This is Machiavelli's first cold rule. Everyone who appears to need nothing from you secretly controls everything about you. You've been programmed to believe that vulnerability creates connection, that showing someone you care makes them care back. But Machiavelli understood something darker. Humans don't value what comes easy. We chase what runs from us. The moment you reveal desire, you become predictable. And predictability is death in the game of power. Most people will never understand this, but you're different because you're starting to see the game behind the game. Here's the part that will mess with your head. The people you desire most, they're using this principle on you right now. That person who seems so confident, so unbothered, they're not naturally that way. They've learned to hide their hunger. Think about every person who's ever had power over you. Your boss who never seems impressed. That friend who always makes you work for their attention. the romantic interest who keeps you guessing. They all share one trait. They never let you see them sweat. They never show you their cards. They've mastered the art of wanting nothing. But what happens when you flip this? What happens when you become the one who needs nothing? Everything changes, and I mean everything. Machiavelli discovered this when he was analyzing the most powerful families in Renaissance Italy. The Medici family didn't beg for loyalty. They made others beg for their attention. They understood what modern psychology is only now catching up to. Desire is a form of submission. Let me break this down with brutal honesty. When you tell someone you need them, your brain releases the same chemicals as physical pain when they pull away. You've literally made them your drug dealer. And what do drug dealers do? They raise the price. But here's the twist nobody expects. This isn't about becoming heartless. It's about becoming strategic. Machiavelli wasn't saying, never desire anything. He was saying, never let them see it. You have the right to feel everything while revealing nothing. You have the right to protect your emotional leverage. There's a massive difference between feeling something and revealing it, between wanting something and appearing desperate for it. The most powerful people in your life have mastered this distinction. They feel everything you feel. They just never let it control their behavior. You know that friend who always seems to have people chasing them? They're not special. They're strategic. They've learned to delay gratification, to sit in discomfort, to want something without reaching for it. If this is hitting different than anything you've heard before, that like button tells the algorithm that people are ready for this level of truth. Think about water. When it's scarce, people kill for it. When it's everywhere, they waste it. Your attention, your affection, your desire, these are your water. The question is, are you flooding the market or creating scarcity? Let me show you what happens to people who ignore this truth versus those who embrace it. The ignorers, they're the ones always wondering why they're not valued. Remember Alex from earlier? 6 months later, still chasing people who treat them like an option, thinking that showing more desire will finally make someone choose them. But every confession of need pushes people further away. They text first. They plan the dates. They say, "I love you," first. And every single time, they lose a little more power, a little more self-respect. What you thought was your weakness, that desperate need for validation, it's actually your hidden superpower waiting to be activated. The ignorers always end up in the same place, confused, exhausted, and alone, wondering why being genuine and vulnerable only attracts people who use them. But the embracers, they're living in a completely different reality. Take Marcus, same age as Alex, same city, but he learned Machiavelli's rules. When he meets someone interesting, he doesn't flood them with attention. He gives them just enough to stay curious, never enough to feel secure. He doesn't play games, he plays chess. There's a difference. Most people are playing checkers while you're about to learn chess. That's why you belong here. You're ready for the advanced playbook. His phone is full of people trying to lock him down, not because he's better looking or richer, but because he understands the psychology of value. He makes people earn his desire, and humans only treasure what they earn. The really twisted part? The people chasing Marcus would probably be perfect for Alex, and the people Alex is chasing would probably chase back if they could just stop showing their cards. But wait, it gets deeper. Because showing desire doesn't just make you powerless in romance, it's sabotaging every relationship in your life. Your boss doesn't respect you because you're too eager to please. Your friends take you for granted because you're always available. Even your family manipulates you because they know exactly what buttons to push. If you've ever felt like everyone takes you for granted, you're not crazy. You've just been playing by rules that were designed to make you lose. Here's where Machiavelli gets really controversial. He believed that love and fear were the only two forces that move human behavior. And if you had to choose one to control people, fear was more reliable than love. Why? Because love depends on them. Fear depends on you. When you show desire, you're asking to be loved. You're putting your power in their hands. You're saying, my happiness depends on your response. But when you show nothing, when you remain unmoved, you create uncertainty. And uncertainty creates fear, not terror, but the fear of loss, the fear of missing out on something valuable. This is why showing desire makes you powerless, because desire is a confession of dependence. And nobody respects what depends on them. They exploit it. You're not being deceptive by keeping your cards hidden. You're being intelligent. You have every right to protect your emotional investments until someone proves they deserve them. Think about every toxic relationship you've witnessed. One person is always showing more desire, and one person is always pulling the strings. The imbalance isn't random, it's mathematical. But here's what Machiavelli understood that nobody talks about. You can desire someone intensely and never let them know. You can care deeply and still maintain mystery. You can love someone and still make them work for it. This isn't manipulation. It's self-preservation. The world has been gaslighting you into believing that holding back is dishonest, that keeping some cards hidden is deceptive. But let me ask you something. When has showing all your cards ever won you the game? While everyone else is bleeding their power away through desperate displays of need, you're about to become unreadable. This is your evolution. The most magnetic people you know aren't the ones who care the least. They're the ones who've learned to hide it best. They've mastered the art of internal desire and external indifference. They want things. They just never beg for them. They have needs. They just never advertise them. They feel attraction. They just never let it control them. So how do you actually do this? How do you become someone who appears to need nothing while still being human? First, understand this. Every time you want to double text, and don't. Every time you want to confess your feelings, and wait. Every time you want to beg for attention, and choose silence instead. You're building a muscle that 99% of people will never develop. If you're ready to join the 1% who understand these hidden dynamics, you know what to do. This isn't just content. This is your initiation into a new level of consciousness. The urge to show desire is like gravity, always there, always pulling. But the people who learn to resist it, they become psychological astronauts. They operate above the rules that trap everyone else. Here's your new framework, the Machiavellian reversal. When you want to reach out, create distance. When you want to confess feelings, create mystery. When you want to show need, show abundance. When you want to chase, become the prize. This isn't about being fake. It's about being strategic. It's about understanding that your desires are your business. Nobody else needs a window into your needs unless they've earned it. That person in your life who has way too much power over you right now, the one you can't stop thinking about, they only have that power because you gave it to them. You showed desire. You revealed need. You confessed dependence. But from this moment forward, you're done being readable. You're done being predictable. You're done being easy. What society calls playing games, you now understand as psychological self-defense. You're not manipulating. You're protecting your power. Start small. Next time someone expects an immediate response, wait. Next time someone assumes you'll be available, be busy. Next time someone takes your attention for granted, redirect it elsewhere. Watch what happens. Watch how quickly the dynamic shifts. Watch how suddenly you become valuable. Because here's the secret. People don't value what's abundant. They value what might disappear. And when you stop showing desire, you become something that might disappear. You're standing at a crossroads right now. You can go back to your old patterns. Keep showing all your cards. Keep wondering why you're never chosen, never valued, never prioritized. Or you can step into a new version of yourself, one who understands that desire hidden is power preserved, one who knows that the less you reveal, the more they imagine, one who finally gets that being needed is worthless, but being wanted is everything. If you're ready to stop being everyone's option and start being someone's priority, If you're done giving your power away through desperate displays of desire, if you're choosing to become psychologically untouchable, then you belong here. This isn't just about subscribing to a channel. It's about subscribing to a new way of being, a way where you finally hold the cards instead of folding them. Comment below with the moment you realized you've been showing too many cards. Share your awakening moment with this community of people who finally get it. The old you, the one who thought showing desire would make people care. That version of you just died. And from those ashes, someone unreadable is being born. Someone who understands that true power isn't in what you reveal, it's in what you conceal. Welcome to your transformation. The game has changed, and now, so have you.